Hello everyone and welcome to RNG University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explore, we're going to explore creativity again. Now this is the creativity deck that is actually in the meta. This is not an infinite combo janky, meme deck. This deck, on the other hand, actually is very strong and has beaten me several times. So it's the Indomitable Creativity, but instead of bringing in the Scarab God, we only need one treasure because we're gonna sacrifice that treasure and bring in the Torrential Gearhulk. And the Gearhulk, guess what it's gonna do? Right? When it comes into play, we're gonna cast target instant card from our graveyard without paying its mana cost. And then what we're gonna target? Magma Opus. So basically we sneak out Magma Opus, try to use that early game, and then scare our opponent to death. And then we can do this several times because we can have 4 Gearhulk and 4 Magma Opus. The game plan is to get Magma Opus into your graveyard by discarding it and creating a treasure. So that's self-synergy. That's very good. We can also discard it with Fabled of the Mirror Breaker. Right, so that's also a discard. We can also discard it with Prismari Command. That's also a discard ability. There's a lot of discard abilities going on. So the deck just plays like that. So how do we play it? Now, in the early game, we have 4 Fiery Impulse to deal damage, and then 2 Spikefield Hazard to ping for damage, but also it's a land. Then in the 2-drop, we got Make Disappear. We don't use Jawari Disruption because we need them to pay 2 instead of 1. So, Make Disappear is a little bit better in that category. We also have 3 Volcanic Sprite, in case we draw our Torrential Gearhulk. We don't want to draw them, right? We want to sneak that out with Creativity, so we sneak that back into the bottom of our deck. Then, for Make Disappear, for our Wish board, we will talk about later. This is actually a lesson board because it only brings in lessons. For Fable the Mirror Breaker, because Fable is very good. Then we have 3 Prismari Command for making treasure, dealing damage, discarding cards, or destroying artifacts. All of that is synergy. All of that is, all the modes are useful. And then we have 4 Creativity, of course, because this is a Creativity deck, with 4 Gearhulks, 4 Magma Opus. Magma Opus, as if you don't remember, its ability is deal 4 damage, dividing any way we want, amongst any target. And then we have tap 2 target permanents, and then we'll create a 4/4 blue-red elemental, and then draw 2 cards. So all of that in one turn is pretty strong. And then, our opponent's basically going to have to answer that 4/4 as we beat them down with a Gearhulk and a 4/4. And then our land base. The land is 24 lands. It's a little bit, shorter on the control deck end, but should be fine because we're synergy. And there's Spikefield Hazard, which is also a land. So, 1 Hollow Storm Giant, 3 islands, 1 Otawara, 1 Den of the Bugbear, 3 mountains, 1 Sulkison. So the Storm Giant, not so much, but the Den of the Bugbear, we can actually creatureize. I don't know what it's called, but basically manland. So turn it into a creature, and then we can even sack that to the Indomitable Creativity if we have that much mana. Generally, we won't. And if we have treasures, we would just be sacking a treasure anyways. But that is a realm of possibility. If our opponent is not doing anything, we can attack them with a Bugbear. We get that 1/1, and then we can sack that 1/1 the next turn. 4 Riverglide Pathway, 4 Shivan Reef, 1 Steam Vent, 4 Stormcarved Coast. Obviously, you can see that this is my makeshift sort of land base. What you want to have is 4 Steam Vents, which I don't have. And then 4 of the Fast Lands, which I don't have. And then if you have the Steam Vents, if you have 4 Steam Vents, you can also have 4, what is that Izzet version of the check lands? Basically, it comes to play untapped if you have an island or a mountain. But, I only have 1 Steam Vent, so I don't have that many island or mountain in play. So that's why this is the land base that we have. Also, if you have a mutable, it's better than Mishra's Foundry, but also add in the Mishra's Foundry so that we can make that into a creature and sack that if we want to do that. Now let's look at the listen board. So we have 1 Mercurial Transformation. It's not that great, but basically we make a non-land permanent turn into a 1/1 or 4/4. If our opponent has something that's scaring us, we can turn that into a 1/1. If we want to kill our opponent, we can turn a non-land treasure into a 4/4 and kill them. 2 Environmental Sciences to get our land base right, 2 Teachings to card draws, 1 Introduction of Annihilation for that absolute must removal, and then 1 Mascot Exhibitions for the end game, make a big board to kill our opponent with. That's all that. So we don't actually have any hard counter spells if you look at it. Make Disappear pays 2 and they can uncounter it, and then Divide by 0 is not a counter spell, it just goes back to their hand. Yeah, well, that's the whole deck list. So let's get some Friday Night Explore on, and we're going to explore whether or not this deck is good. I hope it's good, because I've seen it a lot, and it's beaten me a few times. But I don't know how to play yet, so it is about me learning the deck. You can mute your opponent's emote. Why would you want to mute your opponent's emote? Unless they're roping, and then they're emoting. So the thing about muting that it always bothered me back when I was playing Hearthstone was that an opponent doesn't know that I muted them. I want them to know that they're annoying me. Opponent goes first. Yeah, of course. We got Opus, Fable into Creativity. And they are a spirit deck. So I guess we can just quit now. They're gonna counter our one spell and then we die. Bent Spirit, okay. Phantoms. Ow. It gets +1/+1 on that turn, right? And then you can sacrifice it to counter a spell. Counter any spell? Is there a sorcery? Alright. So, I have to have counter spells? I don't think our creature deck's really gonna do anything. Do we just divide by 0 the Mausoleum Wonder? Unless I pay X. I can bounce this. He's not going to sacrifice it in response to me bouncing it. We play it again, though. Is he going to let me learn? He is going to let me learn. Alright, what am I going to learn? A land? A transformation. Ooh. Well, I can discard and draw a card. I don't think that's something I want to do. My hand's getting kind of big though, so teaching is not going to help. I just get a transformation on. What is he going to tax? He's going to tax my... Okay, that's curious. He can't actually kill it. So he's just going to attack me. Oh, this is annoying. This is going to counter anything I'm going to play, huh? So... do I just make a Fable token and get that Fable token blocked or bounced? Is he going to attack with both? He is attacking. That's odd. I mean, he does buff it a lot. That's only 3 damage. And it's a little late. So yeah, that's... stupid countered spell decks. I mean, when you play combo, it's just... you cannot fight counter spell decks because they'll just disrupt your entire combo. Unfortunate. That's the way the first game went. But you know what? That's probably Explorer every game. Because we're not going to face any slow decks in the Explorer. There are all these kind of crazy stuff and we always go second. Our opponent really likes to play... what's it called? Historic. That's why they put in their Lord of the Rings stuff. Not a great hand, but we will see. So, let's drop a mountain. That'll trick him. I have nothing to play anyway, so Mountain is fine. Oh, a veteran. Interesting. So maybe it's green-white angels? Yeah, there you go, green-white angels. Ow. There's a lot of Fable going on. I wish there's better cards in my hand, but I guess we'll have to Fable it up. Now, I would put the Torrential Gearhulk back, but maybe it's better just to discard it. Would he attack? He would attack. Oh boy, that's as no bueno as it gets. But he blocks. At least there's that. I don't know why it doesn't want to tap the Mishra's Foundry here. That's totally okay with us. He can keep growing the Valkyrie. I don't care about that at all. It is a lot of damage. I mean, it adds up. It's not a lot of damage. But giving me that extra turn is almost all the help in the world. So, I'm gonna pitch this land. I want to pitch this other land. Right, these two cards are very nice, so... Oh boy. That's a lot of lands I have. Do I just Fiery Impulse? Yeah, let's Fiery Impulse. The Overseer? I don't know. Because he would just block, right? Yeah, he would just block, so... That's totally fine with me. Again? We have a lot of Fables. Fable's pretty good, though. So, now I can divide by 0 and then get a card in my hand. And these cards can get pitched to the third Fable that I played. Where's my creativity? He gets his 4th land. He's probably going to play Collective Company. Oh, another Overseer? I am okay with that again. Do I just bounce it? He can't play it again, right? He has 1 mana. And this land came into play this turn. So, yeah, he's got 1 mana. Maybe he has a protection spell. No protection spells. I will draw some cards. Thank you. Speaker of the Heavens. Two lands. My god. I can just hardcast a Gearhulk at this point. I do have Magma Opus. Maybe I'll just... No, I can't. I gotta attack first. Attack and I have 6, right? 4th Fable. You gotta be kidding me. But, you know, it is what it is. Guess I'll Gearhulk this turn. What can I do? 4 damage. Hard cast Gearhulk on my turn. That's the ridiculousness that we're seeing right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 targets. Tap 2 target permanents. I don't know. The thing is, I can actually copy the Gearhulk. I forgot about that. So, whatever he plays, I can copy the Gearhulk and then divide by 0 it. Good luck. Divide by 0 is such a good card. It's almost unfair. You gonna collect your company? Bishop of Wings. I don't actually care about that. Actually, what does this do? Whenever an angel dies. When an angel enters... Okay, so he's gonna gain 4 life. That's fine. I want to do it at the end turn. That way my Gearhulk doesn't die. Well, it doesn't die right away. Get back to your hand. Resolves. And why don't we just get some basic lands. I don't want to ping myself. I don't really want to ping myself. So let's tap this. Tap the Shivan Reef. We'll get an island. That'll scare him. And then we can play Divide by Zero and copy Divide by Zero. Pretty good. Actually don't have enough instants in the graveyard. Can you believe that? Gatti. Pagliati. I don't know. Not enough Lord of the Rings for me to know what's going on. That's a Speaker of the Heaven. A useful Valkyrie. He's still got 3 mana. He can gain that 4 life. See, that is the card we need to get rid of. So, we will get rid of that. Back to your hand. More lands? More lands is fine. Yeah, just make another 4/4. Actually, no, the Gearhulk is fine. So, there's a trick with the Gearhulk. I can just Spikefield Hazard, your Speaker of Heaven. Or more land. So, I think my environmental science is only going to give me the last land left. So, instead, let's just Fable. Wait, maybe the attack should go first. It gets a 1/1. 1/1 Spirit here. Tap the Foundry. I mean, I'm not playing this optimally, but it's really annoying not to be able to draw the card I need. The 1 card. We got 4 creativities in the deck. Did not draw it. Still gonna win though, so it didn't matter. It's just annoying. Oh, have you not learned your lesson? Guess some people never learn. Let's kill this one. If I killed that one, it would just get another one instead. Discard 2 cards, huh? These are dead cards. Still nothing. Well, I think this is lethal anyway, so let's just make sure. 2 damage. Treasure token. Actually, no. 2 damage. Draw 2 discard. 2 damage. Draw 2 discard. There is our creativity. Now I can discard all these useless cards. Two damage, treasure. I don't know why I did all that. This is 5. This is lethal. Just turn cards sideways. I didn't know if the 1/4 mattered there, but I just want to make sure that it was absolutely lethal without me having to do math. So, it worked out. And this is the, not the problem, but this is actually the advantage of this deck over the old infinite combo creativity deck. Is that, hey, I didn't draw creativity and I still won, right? So, that is something that this deck can do because it has all that artifact synergy. And, oh, Fable is a good card. I was kind of getting mad because I draw 4, but that's actually what helped me win the game. 4 Fables. Copied the 1 Gearhulk. Hey, we're gonna go first. Alright, no blue mana. This is kind of scary. I do need to draw another land, but after I draw another land, the Fable can help. So, let's do it. As long as our opponent's not a counterspell deck, and as soon as I say that, it's gonna be. Elf. Okay. I did not expect an elf deck. Channeler. I'm gonna Volcanic Sprite this. Channeler. Give me a card draw. Oh, nice. Oh, even better. Fable? Yeah, Fable's good. So whatever he plays, he's gonna have to face the Magma Opus next turn. Another elf. Alright, so how do I do this? Discard, discard. Do you think he will block? I can just burn this. Let's see if he blocks. If he blocks, what happens? I get a treasure anyways. Of course he doesn't block. Some people have all the greed. We'll pay that. We'll sack our treasure. Here's our Gearhulk. Magma Opus. Target, target, target. Submit 3. Tap your lands. Actually, no. 2 damage here, right? So that'll kill that, and that'll kill that. Good luck. Good luck on your turn 4. Elf. Oh, he does have Collect the Company. This might get him something. I doubt it, though. It's an elf deck, so. Realm Walker and a Circle of Dream Druid. Pretty good. Pretty pretty good. It'd be a shame if someone just killed all the cards you have. Alright, first let's burn that. Bloxies? No Bloxies. We'll put this back. Fable's good, but you know what? I can live without it. And we'll enter. So we gotta make this appear, to counter whatever he plays this turn, and the game will be over. Make this appear. GG. That was dominating. That was also delicious. Unfortunately, I have to go. So that's all I got to play today. I don't know how long the next game will last, so we don't have time for another, maybe 20-minute game. But I did enjoy the games that we played today. See, this creativity deck is so beautiful and strong. It's definitely tier 1, maybe 1.5. It's so good, right? And when we got to go first, it's just overwhelming. When we don't get to go first, we still have a very good chance. It's the Fable. You can see why it's banned in Standard. Even in Explorer, Fable has gotten us so many wins just by creating a 2/2 Goblin that makes a treasure token. So all that in one package, in one card. And then we can use it to pitch our Magma Opus in order for our Gearhulk to actually target it, since it's in the graveyard. All of that, all that together is one crazy synergy. And you don't get to have that in a lot of decks. So this creativity is absolutely strong. I would say this kind of combo is better than Infinite combo because it's more consistent. But it's even better, I feel, than the Fires of Victory combo, because they have to kind of get some janky plays out of the way, whereas in this deck, we only have strong plays. We have counter spells, we have Divide by Zero, we have removal spells. All of that is keeping our opponent off our butts until we have one treasure. Just one treasure, one measly little treasure on board, and 4 mana. So all we need is a total of 5 mana of abilities, and our Indomitable Creativity gets a Magma Opus out. 5 mana Magma Opus. That's crazy. And when we have that out, when we have, basically that board has been controlled by us for a little bit, the Fable can help us make more Gearhulk, more Magma Opus, more Divide by Zero. Our opponent's never coming back from that. And that's what's so strong about this deck. Absolutely beautiful. I don't have the best deck. All the land base is not correct because I'm not going to go craft those lands. I'm sure if I had those lands, this deck actually would be stronger because Mishra's Foundry, if it was a Mutavault, it can tap itself to turn into a creature, and then we only need Indomitable Creativity on the Mutavault. We don't even need a treasure out in those scenarios. That's how strong it is. This deck is amazing. I don't know what else to say. This is almost as good as that Boros Convoke deck that I played. It feels overwhelming whenever we have the advantage. And of course, there is one crux to this deck that you have to be a little bit wary of, and that's a very heavy control deck full of counter spells. And in those scenarios, if your opponent's deck is full of counter spells, you're probably gonna lose. I hate to say it, but you're probably gonna lose. You have to try to play your Torrential Gearhulk as an actual spell on your opponent's turn when they're tapped out. And it's very rare that can happen. And the biggest thing about this deck, about the Torrential Gearhulk sort of synergy deck, is that I think it's strong because those heavy style control decks are not strong. They get overrun by, elves. They get overrun by aggro. They get overrun by Boros Convoke. So this deck can kind of have that reverse synergy because of the decks that prey on this is no longer good in the meta. That's what I feel like for Explorer. If you like Explorer, I absolutely love this deck. I absolutely recommend that you try it out. It's very strong, but it does require these 12 mythic rares. So if you haven't been playing for a while, these 12 mythic rares is gonna take a lot to craft. But in my opinion, it's worth it. It's so strong. I'm pretty sure you have Fable, so you don't have to go and craft Fable. And Divide by Zero, it's an uncommon. You can easily get it. right? So the Prismari Command, if you don't have that, that's fine. You can also use the 2 mana red card that does 2 damage and then draw, or has a mode of either does 3 damage or draw 2, discard 2, right? That's okay. It's not great, but it's something that you can use instead of Prismari Command if you don't have it and you don't want to craft another rare. And then the deck is off the gate. It's just going to help you win. It's just these 12 mythics. That's going to cost a lot. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time on Friday Night Explore.